G'day everyone and welcome back to NS2HD. This is part 1 of a 2-part Build 160 public game commentary on Tram. I'm starting this game in a little bit of a weird way. Instead of starting it at the start, I'm starting it about halfway through. You can see there I'm placing a second infantry portal, and over here in West Wing I've already got an entire base set up. So the reason I'm doing this is that originally when I started playing this particular game on Rockdown, I didn't think I would record it, but it turned out to be a really fun game about halfway through, so I decided I'd just start recording and show it to you from there. And the great thing about that is you can see that the team already has tech like grenade launchers, and all the level 2 tech is already coming out, so it's kind of an exciting way to begin a game. So I'll jump straight in. In the first half I am in the commander view, and in the second half of this game I'll probably break into first person view. And so you'll get this strategic view and then the tactical view on the ground. So here we go. Right now, wanting to upgrade to a weapons module, but didn't have the carbon. I wasn't saving my carbon very well. Red Squad moving into the central access hive here and starting to do some damage to the alien resource structure, the harvester there, which is the orange glowing thing in the top left. I'm dropping med packs down and ammo to keep that Red Squad replenished. Can't see any aliens coming up the ramp yet, and I'm dropping a sentry gun on the barrel at the top of that ramp there. I've got a real thing with putting sentry guns on top of things at the moment. I don't know why. I've got this gut feeling that it just makes the sentry gun harder to kill, harder to spot, more effective if it's got a little bit of elevation. You can see I've done it just north of the armory there. I've got sentry guns sitting on crates in Marine Start. Alien Harvester goes down in central access, so it's a 5 vs 6 at the moment, and at times it got up to a 7v7, so a very long game. It's about 35 minutes long, obviously not showing you the whole thing, but really intense, really long game. 2 Skulks and a Fade coming into central access now, just as we got the sentry gun up and took out it really did take out all of Red Squad. So now I'm left with just a Mac, which I'm going to bring back to spawn just to save it, although I've probably got enough energy to be able to build as many Macs as I want. Anyway, so the aliens have recovered central access. They will take down that sentry gun very easily. Sentry gun's useless if they don't have marine support, unless you just spam them all over the room. That's not fun. Haven't been using my carbon wisely. Only got 19 at the moment. Need 20 for the weapons module. And I got distracted because now I do have 20, but I'm not researching the weapons module. Instead, dropping more sentry guns. You can see I'm trying to place them on top of things. That one I just couldn't place on the blue crate, unfortunately. Important to note, if you do place sentry guns down at that blue crate, they can't quite reach to the end of the corridor, so it's probably a better idea to place them a little bit forward of that. But hey, I was being creative with my sentry guns. Note my second armory down in the alcove there in Marine Start, just as a second protected position in case the main armory is covered in spores. You want to have a place where your Marines can safely go to pick up health and ammo. And I still don't have enough carbon. I've been spending my carbon on upgrades now, so really I don't know what's wrong with me. I need to keep my mind on one thing at once. I want the weapons module for flamethrowers, but I keep throwing away my carbon on other things. So really not great commander play here. Got 3 extractors at the moment, which I am keeping heavily upgraded. I think I've got at least 2 on +2 plasma at the moment. Each successive upgrade of an extractor gives it 33% more plasma production. There goes the weapons module. Weapons module on the advanced armory. Finally researching weapons level 1, also about 75% at the moment. And really what I want is to take central access back, and that's what I'm saying over the microphone. We need to take down central access hive again and get back to where we were 5 minutes ago, which was looking really good. I am jumping out of the command station here because I want to buy a shotgun. I'm a big believer in having a good weapon when you're inside the command station, because you never know when you might have to jump out and fight something that's coming to Marine spawn, especially in these smaller 7v7 games. Of course, NS2 is a game that is hoping to eventually be a 32-player game, so 16 on 16, and hopefully you'd have enough Marines in base in a 16v16 game that you wouldn't always need to have the best weapon, and you could spend all your plasma on things like med packs, ammo, sentry guns, all that good stuff. Weapons module, 45% done. Keeping a tabs on my upgrade levels for my extractor. Upgrading that one from level 2 to level 3. And again, this one from level 2 to level 3. Those upgrades cost 5 carbon, and I think they're well worth it. As long as you've spent your other carbon wisely, you don't need it for weapons modules or advanced armories or whatever. Getting those extractor upgrades means your team can keep buying advanced weaponry such as shotguns, grenade launchers, flamethrowers, which is always good. Got a squad moving into auxiliary node right now, which is very, very good because I want to take auxiliary node because that leads to central access. And there are, here we go, red squad taking auxiliary node here and taking down a skulk that came down the corridor with a shotgun. Good work, Sticky. And I notice I have 2 max, immediately going to work on repairing the power node. I'm dropping med packs and ammo for my teammates in there as they fight. I can't see the name of that skulk, whoever, I think it was Endar. Endar, who's the server admin of the server I'm playing on, took down 1 Marine before Sticky took him down with his shotgun. Thank you, Endar, for keeping this server running. It's an awesome lag-free server in Australia, and I absolutely love playing on it compared to the other Aussie servers that are up at the moment. Note the armory placement in the bottom left corner. I'm doing that so that it doesn't provide cover for skulks that run into the room and keeps it out of the line of fire of sniping lurks. Put 1 sentry gun up and immediately aimed it at the large vent space between East Wing and Auxiliary Node because skulks love to run over that from the East Wing hive. Some bullets going into that skulk from the sentry gun, but Sticky finishing off that skulk with his shotgun. And I will place multiple sentry guns around this room because I want to lock down Auxiliary Node. I want to keep it as ours so we can push from Auxiliary Node with that armory into central access. And the shorter the run from armory to target, the more firepower your Marines can lay down. Because, of course, Marines cannot carry very much ammo in Natural Selection 2. You only carry 4 magazines for your rifle, plus whatever's loaded into it. And the same with a pistol, the same with pretty much everything. You need a close-by armory to keep yourself replenished, because if you don't have one, you will run out of ammo very quickly. Now, a Marine had alerted me earlier via text chat that there were 2 whips guarding the entrance to Central Access Hive, and I'm reinforcing that by saying over the microphone, guys, we've got 2 whips there and a crag guarding that area, because remember, you have a top-down view and your Marines do not. So very important to get the information flowing between the Marines and the commander to tell the Marines what you can see, what they're up against around corners, let them know. Wow, Fade blinking all the way back down into Auxiliary Node, going to do some damage down there. Unfortunately for him, there are a lot of sentry guns in there, and he does go down to my sentry gun. Unfortunately, I can't read out his name because the logout button at the command station is blocking the kill readout. But that's okay. It was a Fade that died, so placing more and more sentry guns around here, and I will finally at some point take the extractor. There we go, putting an extractor down on that resource point, and a Fade is just coming to base. I was alerted via the voice chat, and I've jumped out trying to find the Fade. Here he is, and lucky I bought that shotgun. I was able to take out hops there with the help of my teammates because I had bought a shotgun earlier. It would have been a lot harder with a rifle. So there's just an example of what I was talking about earlier. Always good to have a weapon available that you can use when you get out of the command station. And when I've got 56 plasma spare, it's really not that big an expense. Don't have enough carbon for level 2 upgrades at the moment. I'm going to research armor level 1, which is 10 carbon. Level 2 upgrades cost 25 carbon, and I assume level 3 upgrades cost 50 carbon. Very rare to get level 3 upgrades on Rockdown as a Marine team, because of course, Rockdown is not an official gameplay map. It's just a test map, as I say, every single commentary. Flamethrower is going to work on these whips and the crag. They will not last very long. 1 has gone down, the second goes down, and the crag will go down any minute now to the flamethrowers. One thing Unknown World says they're working on at the moment is the flamethrower and the particle effect that they want to change. Right now, the flamethrower doesn't. The flames don't stay where you left them. Say if you flame and then turn, as that Marine is doing there in Auxiliary Node, the flames will turn as well. And obviously that's not ideal. And right now, Unknown Worlds is working on getting them to stay where they were. I don't really know how to describe that. All I know is it's going to look awesome, and I can't wait. So, looking forward to that, and Unknown Worlds working on it right now. Halfway through this part 1 of this part 2 commentary, putting down more sentry guns in Auxiliary Node. Wow, I don't know what's going on with those weapons sitting on the floor firing there. That's dangerous. Live ordnance in Marine Start. Stay away. Now, the reason I'm putting more sentry guns up in Auxiliary Node is because there is a lurk in one of the vents that is just abusing the vent. There's a vent in the roof that also comes out in the side of the wall in Auxiliary Node, and it is so easy to sit in there as a lurk and just burn, not burn. The Lurk doesn't have a flamethrower. Spike and Spore down into Auxiliary Node. Flamethrower is doing a lot of damage to the Central Access Hive. I'm very, very happy about this because I want to take that Hive. I want to take that Hive, then I want to take East Wing, then I want to take Alien Start. So all 3 Hives, I want them to go down. There is a Skulk working on the Power Node into Auxiliary Node though. I'm frantically calling for someone to come back and help with that Skulk. And there was a Skulk on the Sentry Gun as well, so multiple Skulks in Auxiliary Node doing a lot of damage to our assets in this room. The Extractor hasn't gone down though, so that's good. So still feeding me the extra carbon I need because I want to save up for more upgrades, more armories, more infantry portals, etc, etc. Notice the bugged Sentry Gun there. It's a bit of a cheese. If you use multiple max to construct a Sentry Gun, then multiple Sentry Guns will spawn. I tried to avoid that bug because I think it's a bit imber. Well, obviously it's imber because it's a bug, but the point is not good to do that because I think it ruins gameplay. The Lurk in that vent, you can see the vent when the flame effects get up there. You can't see it because it's in darkness, but when the flames get up there, the Lurk became visible there, and so did the vent. That was the Lurk I was talking about before. In response to that, I'm just building more and more Sentry Guns. I really don't have much of an option because it's just such a good spot for the Lurk. It's very, very hard to target it with Sentry Guns. You really need a Marine in there with a pistol out, ready to snipe the Lurk when he shows himself out the vent. But, of course, with only a 7-man team, it's not really viable to keep Marines posted in different rooms guarding things. So that Lurk is really just going to keep doing damage, and I bet it's going to come back and bite me in the ass later in the game, but we will see. I'm also ignoring what's going on in West Wing, being a bad commander, not keeping an eye on my minimap, finally getting over there to see what the damage is. There is a Lurk spiking the Extractor there, and if you'd been paying attention to the minimap earlier in the game, you will have noticed that there was a lot of damage done to that West Wing base earlier, and I didn't notice because I was being useless. So very important to keep an eye on your minimap so you can see what's going on. A teammate has gone in there with a flamethrower and taken out that Lurk, and getting 2 skull kills somewhere on the map at once, almost within a second of each other.
Yeah, I got him.
I'm setting a Mac to work on that Extractor. My teammate did notify me that the health had gone down significantly. Flames going up into the vent there to keep any Lurks at bay. Again, see the flames lighting up that vent which I was talking about. Fade taking damage from multiple Sentry Guns and chased up the ramp by a flamethrower. Notice how resilient the Fade is. Even in a room with multiple Sentry Guns and a flamethrower to set him on fire, he was still able to move in, do significant damage, and move out without dying. Went back to the Hive to heal, so an indication of just how tough the Fade is with its 300 hit points. Oh, I cannot wait for the Onos. The Onos, of course, going to have something like 800 hit points. It will just be a demon of damage rampaging through the map. I just can't wait to see that. But, of course, that's a story for another day. Oh, there's a glimpse of the East Wing Hive, which I'm also eyeing off. I really want to kill these Hives. I really wanted to win this game. It's very rare for a Marine team to win a game on Rockdown because of its limited size and difficult tech point distribution. I go over that, endlessly. I really need to shut up about that. Marine in Auxiliary Node taking fire from that Lurk, and a Fade going to work in West Wing, damaging my assets in West Wing. I do not want to lose West Wing. If I lost West Wing, the game would be going backwards. Right now I'm thinking attack, attack, attack. I want to attack Central Access, but the aliens have other ideas. They are holding their Central Access Hive despite all the damage we are doing to it, and they are attacking West Wing. So at this point I decided I want to prepare for the worst, and I'm building sentry guns in the what's this room called? Something node. Oh, terrible commentator. Node reserves, that's what it is. Node reserves. The northernmost corridor of node reserves, building sentry guns there just in case the enemies do take down West Wing. I don't want any risk of them coming through the Extractor in the south of node reserves, because if we lost that, we'd be in serious trouble and we might actually lose the game despite all our tech, and I do not want to even entertain that possibility. I want to win this game, but the power node in West Wing has gone down just as Red Squad enters the room. Hopefully they've got flamethrowers. They do indeed have flamethrowers, so they should be able to defend this room and lock it down before the command station, Extractor, and remaining sentry guns, as well as the armory tucked away in the right there, go down. So these sentry guns were not needed. Hopefully I can repair that power node, get power back online, turn off that red lighting, resume the normal lighting, and then the room will be back to our use, and it will be back again to 2 tech points to 3. So the aliens have 3 tech points and the Marines have 2, but really with the tech trees as they are right now, you do not want to go 3 tech point alien against 2 tech point Marine, because the 2 tech point Marine technology is just too intense. Of course, life forms that the aliens do not have access to at the moment, ONOS, when they are implemented, that will change the dynamic significantly, and you will definitely not want to be 2 tech point marine against 3 tech point alien then. So, power back on in West Wing there, and I'm jumping out of the armory to do what? I'm not sure. Oh, I know what I was doing right now. I decided I'd had enough of commanding, and you can hear the voice chat. Another player has jumped into the command station. I'll have to check the scoreboard later to see who that was. Point is, I'd had enough of commanding, so there's someone else in that command station now in West Wing, and they will take over the command, and I will go in to be a foot soldier and give you the first-person view. So you've seen the strategic overview of the game now for about 15 minutes, and now I'm giving you the first-person tactical view of the game, really bringing together the elements of Natural Selection 2, what it's all about. Going into this room, the first thing I'm going to do is take out the Hydra, because the Hydra denies my ability to move around the room freely. So the whip denies a certain area, but the Hydra is going to be a serious annoyance. Notice how much damage shotguns do to alien structures. I'm going to come back to that later on and talk about that more, but for now, just keep it in the back of your mind as I move on in this commentary. Taking it out, I'm sorry to WTUT, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I did just shotgun you in the face, and I am pretty proud of myself. I will then switch up to the switch axe to kill this harvester. I think that harvesters are the most underrated targets in Natural Selection 2 right now. Taking down harvesters repeatedly is seriously more damaging than repeatedly taking down a hive, because when you cut off the alien resource stream, it might be possible to catch them below 20 carbon. If they don't have 20 carbon, they can't get a new harvester, and you can totally mess them up and therefore win the game. At this point, Commander calling for reinforcements at Marine Spawn, because he's saying there is something at Marine Spawn doing a lot of damage, so I'm charging through the map the back way through the alien hives. Very dangerous to go this way, trying to get there, taking out Kama something, and now I'm going to take out Proud Tiger as well. I've still got 3 rounds in the shotgun. I do not know why I switched to the pistol and ran away here. Very bad. I should have just fired my shotgun. That is the end of part 1 of this 2-part Build 160 commentary, guys. Please tune in to part 2 and see how this game ends. See if the Marine team can push through and take down the alien hives. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone, as usual. And I will see you all, hopefully, in a few minutes watching part 2.